My sister rented my home without asking to fund her lifestyle. I found out and stopped her. Now she hit rock bottom, begged for forgiveness, but I left her struggling. I'm 32, male, and I've seen my fair share of messed up situations, but this one? This takes the cake. I worked my ass off to get where I am today. A couple of years back, I bought my first house in the town where I grew up. It's not a mansion or anything, but it's mine. Thing is, I don't live there anymore because I had to move to the city for work, so it just sits there, empty but taken care of. I planned on fixing it up or maybe renting it out later, on my terms though, not like what actually happened. A couple of months ago, my sister, let's call her Elle, started acting weird. She's 2 years younger than me, and we've never been super close. But she's always been that type. Impulsive, reckless with money, living life like there's no tomorrow. Recently, though, she was showing off new clothes, talking about going to fancy restaurants, and I'm like, where the hell is this money coming from? I figured maybe she got a side gig or a raise at work. Stupid me. I should have known better. It all blew up when one of my old neighbors called me, asking how the new tenants were working out. Tenants? What the hell? There weren't supposed to be any tenants. My house was empty. That's when it hit me like a ton of bricks. Elle had done something shady. I called her up immediately. What the hell is going on, Elle? Someone just told me I've got people living in my house. My house. What did you do? There was this long-ass pause, like she was caught red-handed and couldn't figure out how to spin it. I was gonna tell you, she finally said, her voice all innocent. I thought you wouldn't mind. You never used the place, and I was strapped for cash, so I figured, why not rent it out? You figured? You figured you'd just rent out my house without asking me? Jesus, Elle, are you serious right now? She didn't even try to deny it. What's the big deal? The place was just sitting there, empty. You don't even live there anymore. Why not make some money off it? I thought you'd be happy I was helping out. I nearly lost it. Helping out? You mean helping yourself? You rented out my place and pocketed the cash, and you didn't even think to tell me? You stole from me, Elle. You don't get to just rent out someone else's house. She flipped the whole thing on me, acting like I was the bad guy. Oh, come on. Don't be so dramatic. I needed the money. You don't get it. My situation is different. You've always been the one who's good with money. That's when I realized this wasn't just a misunderstanding. This was her usual crap, turned up to 11. She'd been doing this for months behind my back. No more asking for loans, no more little favors she'd never pay back. This time, she'd gone full thief on me. I told her she needed to get those people out of the house, ASAP, or I'd take legal action. She didn't even seem fazed. She started with the crocodile tears, saying she didn't have the money to refund the tenants their deposit or find them a new place. She made it seem like I was overreacting. I hung up before I said something I'd regret. Next day, I was on the phone with a lawyer. Turns out, even though she didn't have the right to rent it out, the tenants had rights since they'd paid rent and signed a lease with her. Evicting them was going to be a huge pain, and it wasn't going to happen overnight. More money out of my pocket, more headaches because my sister decided to pull a fast one on me. Elle kept trying to smooth things over, sending me messages like, "We're family, don't be like this," or "It's not that serious." But it was. I had strangers living in my house, and I didn't even know their names. The tenants weren't bad people or anything. They were just confused, wondering why their landlord wasn't who they thought. At least they agreed to leave once I explained the situation, but man, was it a hassle. After they were gone, I changed all the locks and beefed up security. Elle still didn't get it though. She kept trying to spin it like she was doing me some kind of favor. I thought we were done after I cleared the house, but of course, that's not how she operates. About a week later, I got a call from the utilities company. Apparently, the bills were overdue. Bills that were supposed to be in my name. I hadn't been paying them because I didn't live there, and I thought Elle had taken care of it since she was collecting rent. Nope. She hadn't paid a dime on utilities, and somehow she'd put it all back on my account without even telling me. I had to pay off the balance just to stop them from cutting off the service. So, I shut everything down, gas, water, electricity. If she wasn't going to take responsibility, no one was going to live there. But of course, that wasn't enough for Elle. The following week, I got a call from a cleaning service I'd never heard of, confirming a deep clean for my house. I never booked it. Turns out Elle had hired them in my name, charging it to my credit card, one she must have saved from when I gave it to her for groceries a while back. She didn't even ask, just went ahead and charged me for some service I didn't need. I lost it. I canceled the cleaning service and froze the card. When I confronted her, she had the balls to say, "I was doing you a favor. You never go there and it needed to be cleaned. You should be thanking me." "Thanking you?" I shouted. "You stole from me. Again, you don't get to just decide what happens with my property and my money." She rolled her eyes like I was the crazy one. "Oh, get over yourself? It's just a cleaning service. You act like I took out a loan or something." That's when I finally snapped. I went to the bank, cut her off from everything. No more credit card, no more access to any accounts she had her fingers in. I told her flat out, "This is done. You're done. Don't try to touch anything of mine again, or I swear to God, I'll take legal action." But she wasn't finished. A few days later, she actually called the utility companies pretending to be me, trying to get everything turned back on. She must have guessed her way through the security questions because she managed to do it. When I called them to find out what the hell was going on, they played back the recorded conversation, and there it was, her voice, pretending to be me. That was the last straw. I filed fraud reports with the utility companies and had them lock everything down. No more changes, no more services, nothing without my explicit permission. I was done being nice. When Elle found out, she went off on me, saying I was ruining her life, and that she didn't have anywhere to live now. As if that was my problem. She even threatened to take me to court, claiming she had some kind of right to the house, because we're family, and family helps each other. I talked to my lawyer again, and he helped me draft a cease and desist letter. I sent it to her certified mail, making it clear that if she kept messing with my property or accounts, I'd sue her. I was serious this time, and she knew it. Elle freaked out. She called me, crying, begging me to reconsider. She swore she'd stop, promised to pay me back, though we both knew that wasn't going to happen. I wasn't buying her crap anymore. I told her, "You've crossed too many lines, Elle. I'm not cleaning up your mess anymore. You've got to deal with this on your own." She tried to guilt-trip me again, talking about how I was the only one who could help her, how she had no one else, but for once, I didn't care. I was exhausted. I told her she needed to figure it out herself, and hung up. A couple of weeks later, she lost her job and showed up at my door, looking like hell. She said she had nowhere to go, nowhere to stay, and begged for my help. Old me might have caved, but not this time. "I'm sorry, Elle, but this is on you. I can't keep bailing you out." She blew up, screaming at me, calling me selfish, saying I didn't care about family. But I stood my ground. I wasn't going to let her drag me down with her anymore. She stormed off, and that was the last I heard from her for a while. Word got back through our parents that she was couch surfing, struggling to get by. And yeah, part of me felt bad. But mostly, I was relieved. She'd been using me for years, and I was finally free of it. Look, people say blood is thicker than water, but sometimes that's just an excuse to let people walk all over you. Family doesn't mean you have to let someone take advantage of you. And Elle had been doing that for way too long. It was tough, but I had to draw the line. Elle's still out there struggling to keep her life together, but I'm not swooping in to save her this time. She needs to learn that her choices have consequences, and I'm not her safety net anymore. If she ever figures it out, great, but I'm not holding my breath. As for me, I've got my house back. It's quiet, it's mine, and it's going to stay that way. Oh, and if you made it this far, you've clearly got some sense, unlike my sister. So why not hit that subscribe button? At least I won't charge you rent.